I've been putting up a fence all morning, and now that it's dinner time, I'm pretty hungry, and I'm gonna go ahead and get me a salad. But rather than going to the store and getting one, I'm gonna go ahead and gather what's around the shanty here, because I got a ton of chickweed, dandelion, plantain, and a number of other wild edibles growing here, just, you know, right within arm's reach of the shanty. I got some dandelion and chickweed growing here. Dandelion here. I got plantain growing all along out front of the back door here. And then in the flower bed, since I haven't weeded it yet, I got a bunch of chickweed growing in amongst some other weeds here. And out front of the shanty, I got some more chickweed. Definitely if you live on the East Coast, but throughout different parts of the United States, as long as you don't spray or the yard you go to doesn't spray, you should be able to find all this. Pretty much everybody can identify dandelion. It's very easy. It's unfortunately sprayed by a lot of people. This is probably one of the most nutritional plants in North America. I'm not going to pull the whole plant out, just a couple leaves. Kind of thin it out here and there. I'll have to rinse off some of the straw. So one of the things I've noticed through the years is for dandelion especially, the outer leaves tend to be the oldest, and it tends to grow the newer leaves in the middle here. And they tend to be, you know, less bitter, more tender and so forth. So in early spring especially, and then throughout the summer, I'll try to harvest the outer leaves. You know, the ones on the lower, they tend to have sometimes a little bit of the dried areas, discoloration, things like that. Things that won't really hurt you, but it's just not as good for flavor that I've found. And so harvesting those, I'll still get some of the tender leaves in the middle just because I like how those taste. But I try to harvest these outer ones as well. It's like pruning a tree almost. You get the stuff that's eventually going to die, get tough, get all that. That way then it causes a plant to grow these newer, more tender, less bitter leaves. If it's an area where the plant may only have a couple leaves, I'll only pick one or two, like this one here. It's a bigger leaf here. I'll go ahead and pull this from the plant, and then I won't touch any more from it. A little bit of chickweed, same thing as dandelion. I try to pull the lowers, just because it'll tend to turn brown first. Thing with chickweed is the plant's not bitter, and it tends to be succulent year-round. Since it's still early spring, the plantain leaves aren't that big yet. So I'll go ahead, same thing, try to get the lower ones. Just take a few off here and there. Dandelion flowers are edible as well. I try not to take too many of those. I like them to go to seed. And this one, it's already gone to seed. That's pretty fast, being not even the middle of April yet. So I'll go ahead and I'll take one there. This plant has two, so I'll just grab one. You can see it has a few more flower heads getting ready to grow. Then here in the flower patch, I'll just go ahead and sort through, try to get some more chickweed. This patch of chickweed right out front, the front steps here, that's my favorite because it's real easy to access. There's a nice clump of it. There's not much other plants growing in between it. So I'll just kind of pull it up. You can see there's some parts that are dead, brown, just kind of tear them, throw them off, add some compost. Now I got a nice plate full of salad, and it didn't cost me a dime.